What is the best mouse pad in the world? The answer would totally be dependent on the person you ask. It could be, a PC enthusiast, it could be a pro gamer. But the truth is, most people I've talked to and most people agree that Artisan is arguably one of the best mouse pads in the world. Quite honestly, they feel great and they just look, they don't look anything special, but they just feel, they feel amazing. The build quality is just top notch, and the performance is within itself just another amazing thing. And honestly, these mouse pads last a long time. I've had this mouse pad only for a little bit because this one I bought recently, but my Artisan Heian, I've had that mouse pad for almost 4 years, and I have no plans of changing it anytime soon, other than if I do somehow run it out. And this is the mouse pad I'm going to talk about today. I recently moved to America and I bought this new mouse pad from Artisan on my way from Japan. This is the Artisan Hayate Otsu. It is, this is the large, I believe. I bought the X Soft. Is about 6,300 yen, which is about 40 US dollars, which is still a crazy amount for just a mouse pad. But a lot of people say it's the best for a reason. It has to somehow justify that price. So what makes it justifiable for the price of 40 bucks just for a mouse pad? The first thing you need to know about what the Hayate Otsu is, it's more of a balanced pad. It's the equivalent of it's not fast, it's not slow. The best way to describe this pad is to compare it to other pads within itself. I think a lot of people who know anything about Artisan pads have heard of the Artisan Heian, which is arguably a faster pad than this one, and even faster than that is a Raiden. And the slower pads, which a lot of the pros and Valorant players use, they tend to use the Artisan Zero. That's like the #1 pad for Valorant, I believe. And I wanted a mixture because I play a game, because for games like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals and Apex and Valorant, I play all these 3 games. I don't personally want to swap between a bunch of different pads and just like always feel like I'm gonna be left out if I get a fast pad because I'm not gonna be able to do control well. I'm not going to be able to do a slow pad because I'm not going to be able to do tracking well. So I thought Hayate Otsu was arguably the balanced in between of them. And this is my result so far. And personally, I think this pad leans a little bit more of the fast side. I thought it was a little bit fast when I first got it, and it definitely wasn't super slow either. But after getting used to this pad, which wasn't even that hard, it really is still very easy to control on this mouse pad, even if it is slightly faster than I originally thought it would be. Because in my other video where I was using the glass mouse pad, it was insanely hard to aim with characters I would flick on. It was not fun. I noticed my performance on flicking characters were just not good. And they still were not good no matter how long I was trying to play the glass mouse pad. But it literally took like another day or two getting back to this pad. And I was hitting the shots that I originally thought I could not hit on my glass pad, because the glass pad was great for tracking, but it literally did not do well in terms of stopping power. And no matter how great stopping power can be on a glass pad, it's still on a glass pad, and it was just too hard for me. This pad, however, it feels a little bit rough, and that's what's kind of nice about it. It has enough friction so that the stopping power is good enough that even if I stop and come to a really fast halt, it will stop when I want it to. It's not gonna slip, and I think that's what I love about it, because it does have the friction surface that's fast enough so that if I was playing a different character, like for example, instead of playing a flicking character like Hawkeye, I was playing Star-Lord or Black Panther, I just wanted to track a little bit more. I can do that. I don't feel like the mouse pad is a drag. I feel like it's still fast enough to keep up with both of them, and it's fast enough to keep up with me in tracking, yet it's also slow enough so that I can stop. And I think that's what the good part of having a balance pad is. I can do both. Is it going to be as good as a control pad? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be as good as the Zero for control pads. But again, for someone like me who wants the best of both worlds right now, I can honestly say I'm not disappointed in this. I think overall the build quality on this mouse pad is just absolutely insane. I love the way it's a minimal branding. I kind of hate big branding, and I love the way it's stitched at the end of the mouse pad. It just adds another level of quality. But the only thing, and the only real complaint I have about this mouse pad, other than the fact that I bought L instead of XL, is the rubber backing. I'm not the biggest fan of rubber backing. Coming from the SkyPad 4.0, that was an insane rubber backing, and I would die on a hill and saying that is the coolest rubber backing you could ever get. But then again, also the glass pad is way heavier. Obviously, you can't do exactly the same thing if the mouse pad is super light. They could have done a little bit better. It's really easy to move this pad with this rubber backing. Honest, I was picking it up a lot when I was playing originally. So my solution was just a double-sided tape, and then stick one end to the ground, and then therefore the mouse pad never moved again. That's how I fixed it. And honestly, it depends on your setup. And for my setup, this desk just wasn't perfect for the rubber backing. It definitely slipped a lot, was very annoying. I didn't really like it. Did that take away from my overall experience of enjoying the pad? No, it's just, it was very annoying. But with this small little fix, I mean, it's tape. You can find it in your house most likely. So I feel like that just kind of solved the main problem. And I just kind of hope maybe next time, in the next run or reignition, they could just make it a little more stickier on the back. In my opinion, that's what they could do. I just think it's a lot better that way. I guess the other flaw is that, again, compared to your average glass pad, this cloth pad just gets dirty, and it's gonna run, it's gonna lose consistency. There is a chance in the future, maybe 5 to 10 years, I might need to buy a new one. But the truth is, I had my Heian, and I had no complaints about my Heian at all. I don't really ever want to change my Heian back in my old setup. And in this current setup with the Hayate Otsu, the only reason I'd probably get a new one is just to get a bigger one. Because, again, I think XL is just okay in terms of sizing for me personally. Again, I'm a very low sense aimer. I love having the huge ass mouse pad. I know a lot of people think it's crazy, but I love having huge ass mouse pads. It's really not the biggest mouse pad. So for $40 US, is this mouse pad actually, compared to others, really worth it? And my answer is simple. It's a matter of how much does it matter to you. I've tried the QCK, I've tried the Logitechs, I haven't tried Zowie that much. I've tried a little bit in a shop, but personally speaking, I do think that Artisan has something that it feels, the build quality. Artisan just has the best build quality out of all of them, and it's so clear once you finally open one yourself. I mean, the unboxing experience with it itself is already high quality. It's crazy to have such a nice packaging. I don't know. It's something nice about the way they package it. They package it flat. They don't roll it up. That's a huge thing. They don't even recommend folding it at all. They just don't. The overall texture is just something I don't have on other mouse pads I've used. I think the QCK was one I used for a long time. I used the QCK Plus. I had the huge RGB one. That was really, really fun to use. But then, I mean, once I switched to Artisan, I just never came back from that. It's a different experience, to be honest. It's hard to explain how great and how much better quality it feels than compared to a normal mouse pad. Other than the texture feels rigid but polished. The threads are not made cheap at all. The only thing, again, rubber backing a little bit sucky, but I mean, I don't think any other mouse pad does it super well. But you know, again, that's from my experience on this specific desk. Maybe on another desk would be fine, but it is high quality, and the performance comes hand in hand with that. If the build quality of a mouse pad is good, there's a good chance it translates to good performance in game. And I'll let some of the clips speak for itself.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Whoa, can you hear me, bro?
Never miss.
And I really do think that this mouse pad is worth $40 because compared to other mouse pads I don't really enjoy them that much. Like, this is the other mouse pad I've used recently, and this was the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn. I personally did not really like it that much. I didn't mind it. It didn't feel bad at all. It doesn't feel cheap per se, but compared to the Artisan, this was just not it. And it kind of wore off a little bit, but if you run your hands through, it doesn't feel super like rigid or anything. It feels a little bit floppy. It's hard to explain in words, but it's way more rigid. It's way more built to last. That's my experience using the Artisan mousepad. If you take gaming really seriously, if you really want to just try what quality mousepads feel like, I'll buy one and you're done for at least 5 years, in my opinion. You can't really go wrong with the Artisan. Again, I would suggest the three that I know is the Heian if you want a fast pad, Hayate Otsu if you want a balance pad, and you want a slow pad, go for a Zero. Those are my opinions. Again, I'm not a pro gamer, but I do indulge in the enthusiast space a little bit, so that's my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video a little bit, and I really appreciate any comments, any feedback, or what I should review next, because I do have a lot of stuff I like to review. I was planning to review my keyboard soon, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, follow for more. Peace.